What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and hopefully you guys had a good Halloween. Hopefully you got yourself some candy. And what we have right now is about, let's just round up and say 900 million miter in the kingdom in war gear. And it seemed like the whole kingdom just kind of came together for this. And this happened at the perfect time because the update, as you guys well know, just happened maybe about a day or so ago. So it's a great time to actually check out this third chat where it actually tells you what was going down in the kingdom. And a lot of people are kind of, like on the fence about it because in one way you can kind of see what's going on in the kingdom when it's happening, how many troops were lost, etc. In the other side, a lot of people don't like it simply because if you're trying to rally somebody, that can alert other allies, etc., that is going down, and then they can come and actually start rallying you back or trying to fight back, etc. So it's kind of like a give and take. It depends on the situation. It could be good, it could be bad, but in this case it was kind of like just the whole kingdom coming for this guy. Now the reason why we were coming for this guy, and I'll put his troop count here in just a minute, but the reason why is because his helps were the same for days. 4 days. So that made us think, okay, well, is this guy like not logging into the game anymore, or what's going on? So when your helps is the same, you have no anti-scout, etc., you are just inviting the sharks to come and give you a visit. So we went ahead and started the rally. I believe there's like 5 or 6 guilds that get involved in this, so it happens fairly quickly. But as you can tell there, we're gonna be going with cavalry. And now this guy right here is sending a rally. I'm confused as to what it was because it's gonna do very minimal damage. He never changes his gear from his speed gear, and also remember his prison is full, so if he sent a leader, he would actually get his leader back right there, but he doesn't. So that was a leaderless march, a march that he didn't switch gear or anything like that, and I was just confused. I don't know if he was just trying to take down the wall, or I don't know. I really don't understand. Maybe you guys can fill me in because I still don't really understand what he was trying to do. Maybe he took down the wall. Maybe that was the benefit there, but regardless, that happened. I was kind of perplexed because I didn't know what he was doing there, but now we are going to go ahead and start sending the actual rallies with their leaders. And let me just say this. If you're going to be rallying a guy at this might, first of all, you have to make sure that they are online, or offline I should say, and that they haven't been on for a while, because if they do come online, even if you do fill their prison, that way you can get your leaders back. If he's online, he can just start releasing random prisoners and capture yours. So make sure that you do that. The second thing is, make sure that you try to find out what his front line is. Now remember, we are going to be going cavalry. He started, I believe, was like 881. So there goes 1 rally, there goes 2 rallies. You see that our leaders come right back. 778. So he's already lost about 100 million. There goes wall breaker. And there goes. So yeah, there's 4 rallies. Gets him down to 736 million might. So he's already lost about 150 million might. And that's being in war gear and all of that. So now here is where this new little feature comes into play, because I unfortunately got stuck being the timer for this, which is perfectly fine. I'm fine with that. But the bad thing about being the timer is that you get released, and that means that when the rally hits, you don't get a report. Now mind you, I wasn't really going to get a report there anyways, because I mean, he did eat the whole rally, so the only report that I would have gotten is, hey, you lost this many troops. But the problem here is that I was like, I kind of want to know how these rallies went. And this is where this new chat is really kind of cool, because all you have to do is you go over to the chat, and then it'll tell you exactly how many troops were lost, how much might was lost, who won the battle, etc., etc. Now, it won't tell you specific details about, like, hey, this person lost exactly this many troops, this many wounded, etc. It doesn't give you compositions or anything like that, but in the grand scheme of things, it's actually very, very good. Now, of course, since we went cavalry the first time, you guys can guess that we knew that he was in an infantry phalanx. So that's why we went cavalry. Pretty much everybody went cavalry first, and that means that his infantry is completely wiped out. Now, you know that in an infantry phalanx, what's after infantry is cavalry, hence why we're going with complete range. Now, of course, since I am the timer, I'm just going to go ahead and send one troop. It doesn't matter how long it takes because I'm just going to be kicked out anyways. But again, because I am the timer, I don't really know what's going on. So once all of these rallies hit, and mind you, it was 4 at the beginning, but there are other guilds that are going to join in here as well. What I decided to do was take a look at the little chat thing right here, and there you go. This is actually really cool. So it tells you our rally, resulting in a combined loss of 132 million might, 4.3 million troops were killed and injured, but it says the defenders had no more room in their prison, and the attacking leader escaped on a mere technicality. And then you can see everybody else's rally. So it pretty much just tells you how much combined might was lost and how many troops were killed and injured. And it's actually, it happens real time. So if a rally hits, and if you're watching this right here, you can see exactly when anything is going down in your kingdom, which again is a good thing, but also a bad thing depending on how you really want to look at it. Because if you want to be really stealthy, really quiet, you don't want people really looking at that. But if you are going to be doing something like this where the whole kingdom just comes together and rally this guy down, then it can be beneficial. Also, if you're just logging in for the first time in the day, you can take a look at that and see if, hey, maybe that one guy that you really freaking hated, you can see if that guy got rallied down, if he got burned, how many troops he lost, etc, etc. So again, it's a bunch of good and bad that comes with this, but I actually like it because if it was all bad, then you'd be like, okay, well, we don't really need that. But it's not just bad, it's plenty of good as well. So I think it's a good addition to the game. And of course this update is heavily focused on the battles for the wonders and emperor battles and all of that. But this little feature that they added actually makes it to where you can kind of keep up with your kingdom, what's going on with your kingdom, see who's against who. And adds a little bit of a variety to everything. I actually would enjoy if they can expand on it, but for now it'll have to do. Now here comes ISB. I believe they were one of the first 4 that hit, and there they go. Now it looks like they're actually going to walk back and not just their leaders, so they're the first to get a report. He's down to 671, so that seemed to be a pretty decent hit right there. And everybody else is just kind of making sure that they get their range hit, because at this point everybody knows that he's out of infantry. So range and then infantry, those are the hits that are going to be doing the most damage. And at this point we're just like, please just hurry up and rally and launch, because we want to do the damage. And here we go. My army gets dismissed because again I'm the timer and I don't get to see the glory of this. But there goes our rally, and there goes the fire. There goes the 30 liters that we fed this guy, so we can actually keep our rally leaders leader, I guess. And then now that does 2 things. Not only does it free the leaders, obviously, but it also takes away his little buff that he gets from having a prisoner. So there goes that rally actually got carpeted. Goes down to 552, and then Ned is going to hit there at the end, and 496. So remember, this guy started in the upper 800s, so that means that he's already lost just about 400 million might. That right there has to freaking hurt. Now, I can't imagine this guy having much troops here at the end. Again, I'll be the timer, so I just send 1. And then there goes KS is gonna hit, and this guy's pretty much zeroed. 454, and yeah, Absolutely zero. So there was about 5 or 6 different guilds rallying here at the end. But to rally, let's just say this guy is 900 million might, right? This guy went down 400 million might in just about 10 to 15 minutes, just because there were so many guilds in this kingdom that wanted to go ahead and get on in these rallies. And that kind of makes this a dangerous kingdom, because not everybody here has a nap or are allies or anything. They just saw people going for somebody else that they have no affiliation with, and they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll help you. We just want kills. And I kind of like that in a kingdom. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now here are the new ones. So of course there's the Odin hit, 145 million might and 4.3 million killed and injured. Then of course our hit was 106 million might and 4.5 million killed and injured. And then the rest were just kind of cleanup duty. A1R, QR, and DIC, they kind of just came in there at the end and probably just took out Siege, because that's really all they did. But they were the last hit there. But at the end of the day, it was about 5 or 6 guild to take down this guy. And this kingdom is getting lively. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later. Bye.